Okay, in this video we will discuss inverse trigonometric functions. So just to revise, to begin with, we will just revise what are the standard trigonometric functions, that is sine, sinus, cosine, cosinus, tangent, tangent. So sinus A est égal à côté opposé sur hypoténuse dans un triangle BC sur AB, et de même cosinus A, cos A, côté adjacent sur hypoténuse, côté adjacent ça c'est AC, sur AB, hypoténuse, et tangente A, côté opposé sur côté adjacent, côté opposé ça c'est BC, côté adjacent ça c'est AC, BC sur AC. Ici, we take the example of sine. I'm just repeating what we did in the previous video. Sine is the name of the function. This is the input to the function. It is always an angle, and you get an output which is a value or a ratio. For example, if I put into the calculator sine of 45 degrees, like here, we've done this before. I say 45 and then I do sine, I get 0.07. Sorry, 0.707. Okay. So now let's take an inverse function. What do we need the inverse function? The inverse function is important if we know one of these three ratios, can we find out the angle? So suppose I give you a triangle rectangle like this. This is 5 centimeters, this is 6 centimeters. What is angle A? So here you already know the ratio, but you don't know the angle. In all these cases, here when you do it in the calculator, if you know the angle, you can find out the ratio. But now you know the ratio. So we know that sine of A is equal to 5 over 6. 5 over 6. But how to find A? The answer is we use a calculator. And like here we have three functions which are sine, cos and tan. These are the trigonometric functions. We have three inverse in trigonometric functions. Their names are arcsin, arccos, arctan. So arcsin is the name of the function. I'm taking the first one as an example. Its input is the value or ratio, that is this 5 over 6, and the output is the angle. So angle is equal to arcsin of the ratio of the value. So let us take a practical example. So here we have a triangle where this side is 4 centimeters, this side is 5 centimeters. It is a right triangle. So we know sinus A, sine A is equal to 4 over 5. So what is A equal to? So A is equal to arcsine of 4 over 5. We go back here. Arcsine of the ratio is equal to the angle. This is the output is the angle. So here we take angle is equal to arcsine of 4 over 5. So arcsine of 0.8. So if we calculate arcsine of 0.8, we will get the angle A. How do we do that? We use the calculator. Now there are two types of calculators, the simpler type and the fancier type. In this simpler type, here we put in 0.8. Remember, we want to find out arcsine of 0.8, and we see where is arcsine, which key is arcsine. Actually there is no key which says arcsine, but there is this one thing on top of this sine key which is saying sine minus 1. It's actually sine inverse. So arcsine is also, arcsine V is also written as sine inverse V. This is you see on calculators. So this is written as sine inverse V. So we need, I've got 0.8 there already entered. We need this sine inverse function, so which is the arcsine function, same as that. So for that it's in yellow, so I have to press shift before I press sine. Shift is displayed there, and then I press sine, and I get 53, and you see it's in degrees. So arcsine of 0.8 is equal to 53.13 degrees. 53.13 degrees. So if we take now sine of 53.13 degrees, we should get 4 over 5. 4 over 5 is 0.8. So we should get this. So actually the number is already entered there, 53.13. If I press sine, now I'm just taking the sine, not the arc sine, I should get 0.8. There we are. You get 0.8. So these two functions are the inverse of each other, sine and arc sine. So in this first type of calculator, you have to press 0.8, then shift, then sine. In the other fancier calculators, you have to say shift and sine. The moment you do that, you'll get arcsine displayed with an open brackets. Then you type in 0.8. Then you close the press the close bracket key and then press execute. You will get the same answer. Okay, so let's take an example here. So we have a triangle rectangle, 3 units here, 8 units there. What is z? So z is equal to arctan of 3 over 8. 3 over 8. See, if I write it down, I will get tan of z is equal to 3 over 8. So arctan of 3 over 8 will give us z. So z is equal to arctan over 3 over 8. 3 over 8 is 0.375, but we can confirm that. So I'll do 3 divided by 8 equals, there we are, 0.375, and we have to take arctan this time. So I have to do shift, tan, shift and tan, and it gives me 20.556 degrees, which I'm rounding to 20.56 degrees, and that's what I have written here, 20.56 degrees. So this is the end of the lesson. All I have taught you is how to use a calculator to, if you know the ratio, one of these 3 ratios, to find out the angle. Okay, right. So I will give you a few 2 or 3 problems here. The first problem is, I have a triangle like this, 2 units, 6 units. This is angle A. What is angle A? Use your calculator, but write it down so that I know what you are doing. Similarly, I have another triangle here. This is 3 units, that is 7 units. That is B. What is angle B? And here I have one triangle with 3 units there and 10 units there, and that is angle C. What is angle C? Please send these to me to prove that you have understood. You learned how to use your calculator for arc sine, arc cos and arc tan, and also of course to prove that you watched the video. I am going to stop here.